Good afternoon. I'm here at Draiocht Theatre. My name is Paula Fay, and I'm here today with my daughter. She's my youngest daughter, actually, Amy Fay. And I've been involved with Draiocht basically since it opened 10 years ago, which is absolutely fantastic. The very first show actually that was actually presented in Draiocht was called Oliver, and Cool My Musical Society did that show, and I was very lucky to be in the position of taking the leading lady's role of Nancy in that production here 10 years ago. So, you know, it'll be a little bit of history as far as I'm concerned that I was part of that very first show that took part in Draiocht. And over the years, obviously, my children have grown up with theatre around them, and obviously my particular interest is mostly in the singing and then a little bit of the drama. And my daughter is involved with the theatre as well. She's 12 years old now, and I used to have her on my hip while I was rehearsing for Oliver, because sometimes I was stuck for a babysitter or whatever, so I used to just bring her with me while I was at rehearsals.
Hi, I'm Amy and I'm 12 years old, and the theatre is basically something that's just been part of my life since nearly the day I was born. Since my mum has started, since I've been coming up for rehearsals, as she said, being on her hip when she's been rehearsals. I was partly a pain with crying and things, and her having to go out and change me and things. But I'm just delighted that it's been part of my life. And I do the panto here, and the last one we did was The Wizard of Oz, and I was in the youngest group for that. And then we did this, and then I've been in Stage Zone for the past 6 to 5 years or something. And the first show I did was Hans Christian Andersen, and then it was like Fiddler and things, and it was just great. And I was in the Jungle Book, and I was Kaa the Snake, and then we did The King and I there in June, and I was one of the royal children, and it was just great being in the panto and Stage Zone. It's just been a part of my life basically. Yeah, I'd love to stay doing theatre. It's just great being able to have something to do after school and stuff, and then when you're in school being all excited for the panto, being all excited because later that evening you'll be on the stage doing a show, entertaining people, so it's just great.
I have 3 children altogether. My eldest girl obviously would have been involved in the panto group, and she's probably the only one that hasn't really kind of been bitten by the bug as such. She obviously took part in all the pantos from the time she was about 3 years of age up to about 14, and then she just kind of said, okay, that's done for me. But I have a son as well. His name is Sean, and he has literally been on the stage since he was 2 years of age, and he just absolutely loves it, lives for it. He also has been involved with the Stage Zone Theatre group that are here in Draiocht, run by Gladys Coyle and Mary Barber, and he's been in the vast majority of the productions that they've done over the last 10 years. He's involved with the panto group as well, and probably up to this year is the very first show he missed because he was sitting his Leaving Cert. So hopefully we'll be seeing him in Draiocht doing maybe his own show at some stage further in down the line. So it's really been a very big part of our lives at being involved with Draiocht. Just that it's
socialise really, you get for the panto and Stage Zone, you just you make loads of friends. I made she's been my best friend since last year, and I met her doing panto, and I'm just so glad that I can make friends as good as that. And we've had loads of sleepovers and things, and it's just great having a friend like that from doing theatre and things. So it's just a place to meet real good friends and things.
For the community, I mean, even the broader community, because sometimes actually you'd be surprised. You could be in Tesco doing your shopping, and somebody might come up and tip you on the shoulder and say, gosh, I saw you in the local panto and you were brilliant, and I know you don't know me or anything like that, but we've seen you in so many of them, and we just thought it was great to be able to come up and say hello. So from that perspective, it's really fantastic, you know, that it gives so many people, either as a participant or as an audience viewer, so much enjoyment and entertainment.